Welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're going to Belgrade, Serbia.
Oh, wow.
Well, not literally, of course. Virtually, for a conference called Vision25.
Yep.
And it's all about, how AI is going to impact work and education in the future.
Yeah. AI is everywhere these days. So it seems like
It's really timely.
Yeah,
And it's more than hype.
Yeah.
It seems like this conference is going beyond just the hype and thinking about what are the real world implications.
Yeah, practical application.
Exactly. So this deep dive is based on a newsletter by the conference organizer,
Okay.
Dr. Jelena Pavlovich.
Mm-hmm.
She's a professor of organizational development
Interesting.
and a leading innovator in AI and learning and development. And she's put together a really fascinating program that blends cutting-edge technology with what they're calling human-centric psychology.
I like that.
So it's not just about the how of AI, but also the why. And how do we use it to enhance human potential and create a more fulfilling work and learning experience?
Yeah, make it work for us.
Right, make it work for us.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in and start by looking at the keynote speakers because,
Oh my
gosh, it's a fascinating group of people.
Okay.
So first up, we have Joel DiGirolamo. He's the VP of Research and Data Science at the International Coaching Federation.
Okay.
Now, he was instrumental in developing standards for AI in coaching,
Interesting.
which is really important as AI starts to play a larger role in how we grow as people in our careers.
Yeah, it's got to be ethical, right? Like we have to think about the ethics of AI and how that will...
Yes, absolutely. And that's what he's going to be addressing.
Okay.
Is how do we ensure that AI is being used responsibly and effectively for personal and professional development.
I like it.
So next up we have Milan Gospic,
Okay.
who's a leading industry expert, and he's going to be providing insights from a business perspective. I'm very interested to hear what he has to say about how different sectors are being transformed by AI,
Right.
and what are the opportunities and challenges that it presents for businesses.
Yeah, because those are the people actually putting it into practice.
Yeah.
Right? So we need that real world experience to understand how it's actually going to be used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to round out the keynote speakers, we have Bogdan Stijevic.
Okay.
Now he heads up Serbia's national AI strategy.
Wow.
So I think his perspective is going to be really fascinating.
Yeah.
Because it'll shed light on how governments are approaching AI development and regulation at a national level.
Yeah. That's crucial too, right? Because it's not just companies thinking about AI.
It's not just, it's much broader.
Countries and the impact on society as a whole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the broad scope of this conference.
Yeah.
But Vision 25 isn't just about, these kinds of lectures. They're also doing these things they're calling fireside chats.
Oh.
Which are designed to be a little bit more informal, a little more conversational.
I like that because that's where you get that
Yes.
a real exchange.
Exchange of ideas.
Exactly.
People can kind of just be a little more...
And they can just be a little more themselves and share their real perspectives.
Yeah.
So there are 2 of these fireside chats scheduled.
Okay.
The first one is called AI for Business and Innovation.
Okay.
And it's led by Jugoslav Kristic. And it features Predrag Spasijevic and Mila Vujovic.
I know. Quite a panel.
I know. They have such an interesting mix of backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
Yugoslav has expertise in strategic management. Predrag has a lot of experience in technology consulting.
Okay.
And then Milo,
Yeah.
he has a PhD in economics and a PhD in physics.
Wow.
So I think it's going to be
a powerful combination.
a very dynamic conversation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then the second fireside chat is AI in learning and development.
Okay, cool.
So I'm very interested in this one.
I am too.
It's led by Dr. Pavlovich herself.
Oh, wow.
Along with Ivana Mihalovic, Yelena Uribar, and Sanjay Paresh.
Okay.
And Dr. Pavlovich refers to them in her newsletter as a Supergirls team.
I love it.
I know.
That's awesome.
It's so great.
Especially in a field that's often considered male-dominated.
Yes.
It's so great to see. That kind of representation.
It's really important for representation and also just to bring those different voices and experiences to the table.
Yeah.
Because we need to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of getting everyone involved, the conference also features some really interesting interactive elements.
Oh, so it's not all just like sitting and listening, right?
Yeah.
They're getting people up
It's
and
getting people involved and engaged and thinking.
Yeah, cool. What do they have planned? So there's this workshop where they encourage attendees to brainstorm AI applications for their own organization.
Oh, that's neat.
And then they vote on the most impactful use cases.
Oh, wow.
So it's like really getting people to think creatively about how they could use AI in their specific work context.
And it's not just brainstorming in a vacuum.
Right.
They're using a platform called Mentimeter.
Okay.
For real-time surveys.
Interesting.
Throughout the conference to gauge people's mindsets and attitudes toward AI.
That's really smart.
So it's blending this practical application with really trying to understand how people perceive AI.
Yeah, because it's not enough just to develop the technology right.
Yeah.
We have to think about how people are going to use it, how they feel about it, what their concerns are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
And I was also really excited to learn about their AI Innovation and Research Showcase.
Oh, cool. What's that?
Where they're highlighting some really cutting-edge research.
Okay.
One of the presenters is Dr. Dragan Gajevic.
Mm-hmm.
He's a distinguished professor at Monash University.
Okay.
And he's going to be presenting on the promises and challenges of AI in learning.
Yeah.
And he actually recently published an article on this topic in Nature magazine.
Wow.
So, you know.
He's a big deal.
This is...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a thought leader in this area.
Yeah, that's great for your listeners who are in education, right?
Yes.
Thinking about how AI is going to impact their jobs and their students.
Absolutely. And then there's Natalia Fedorova.
Okay.
Her research focuses on AI simulations of personality.
Interesting.
So like the big 5 personality traits, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism.
So like could AI understand our personality type?
Yes. And could AI respond to us?
Wow.
Based on our personality type.
That's cool.
Like think about the possibilities for personalized learning or even tailoring AI-powered tools to our individual needs.
Yeah. But it also makes you think about the ethical implications, right?
Like raises a lot of questions.
AI profiling our personality.
Exactly. But it's fascinating research.
Yeah.
And then the showcase isn't just theoretical, right?
Right.
They're also featuring practical tools that are being developed.
Oh, cool. Like what?
So one that I thought was really interesting is called Iki.ai.
Okay.
And it's an AI knowledge interface created by Ivan Seanlin.
Okay.
And it's designed to help people manage information overload.
Oh, that's good.
Think about it.
We need that.
Yeah, we all need that.
Yeah.
We're bombarded with information from every direction.
Constantly.
So how do we process and prioritize all of that effectively?
Right. And I imagine AI could help us do that.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Dr. Pavlovich and her team will be showcasing their award-winning AI system.
Oh, wow.
It's called Kochia V2.
Kochia.
And it's designed for human skills development.
Okay.
This is actually their second iteration of the software.
Mm.
And it incorporates some really innovative features for personalized learning and feedback.
I like that this conference seems to be really focused on using AI to make us better.
Yes.
To enhance, to replace us.
Yes, and I think that's a really important point.
Yeah.
That they're emphasizing that human-centered approach.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they have this really impressive showcase of both cutting-edge research and these practical applications of AI.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, no matter how fascinating the presentations and workshops are, conferences are also about the people you meet and the connections you make.
Absolutely. And I think Vision25 recognizes that.
Yes.
Because Dr. Pavlovich mentions in her newsletter that they've built in ample time for networking.
Yeah.
Especially during the coffee breaks at the Crowne Plaza, Belgrade.
It's so important.
Yeah.
Because those informal interactions can often spark the most interesting ideas and collaborations.
It's where you can really like dive deep into specific topics.
Yes.
And just kind of bounce ideas off of each other.
And share your perspective and learn from others who are working in similar fields.
Right. It's not just about exchanging business cards, right?
No.
It's about building those relationships and creating a sense of community.
And that's what it sounds like they're doing.
Yeah.
It's creating a space for people who are passionate about AI.
Right.
To come together, share their ideas, and collaborate on shaping the future.
Yeah, and to make sure it's a future that we want to live in right.
Yes, a future that is both innovative and human-centered.
Yeah, I like that.
And that really brings us to the key takeaway for you,
our listener.
Yeah,
what does it all mean?
Well, Vision 25 seems to be like a microcosm of this larger conversation happening about AI.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just about the technology.
Right.
It's about how we as humans are going to interact with it and develop it.
Yeah, how do we shape it?
Right? How do we shape it?
And make sure it's used for good.
And so for our listeners, whether you are a business leader who's thinking about how to integrate AI or an educator who's curious about the future of learning or just someone who wants to understand how AI is changing the world around us, Vision 25 offers a lot of valuable insights and perspectives.
Absolutely.
I think the key takeaway is that we are all stakeholders.
We are.
We have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm going to leave you with a few questions. How might these insights from Vision 25 impact your own work or learning? Are you excited about the potential of AI, or are you a little bit concerned? And what role do you want to play in shaping this technology?
If you're intrigued and want to learn more, I encourage you to check out the Vision 25 conference website.
You might just find yourself inspired to be a part of this really exciting and constantly changing world of AI.
Until next time, keep diving deep.